Hey YouTube, we're back for a quick PGDX 2025 recap. This is actually a few days after the weekend of PGDX. I just wanted to rest before making this video and also to check out the content I made throughout the weekend so that I can, reflect on it properly and don't miss out on anyone specifically. But yeah, I'd like to start off with saying thank you to the XLNZ community. So if you guys don't know, I'm part of a community that helps out other creators find out gigs or other content creation opportunities around the Philippines. The second one would have to be the CBZN community. So they're the ones who planned PGDX, and they are the ones who pretty much hosted the event, from the cosplayers to the tournaments to all the indie games, and established us creators to be part of that event as well. So yeah, they pretty much took care of us and gave us all the opportunities within all those 3 days. And I'm glad to be part of it. Yeah, let's just go through what happened with PGDX. Alright, so I usually do recaps in order, but a lot happened in those 3 days that I might just think of something and then veer to another direction in this topic. Yeah, I just wanted to start off with, what can you experience out of PGDX, right? So as a creator on my first year, I think this is their third year though, as an event, I pretty much did not know what to expect. I guess on day one, what I wanted to do was go around and check out each booth, be familiar with the area itself. I guess with locations of the indie games, the electronic showcase, where you can play other retro games and other video games, the tournaments, and even the workshops part. There are a lot of things to see, experience at the same time. One of the things that caught my eye was the cosplay exposure. So I've never been around cosplayers that much. I've seen them around here and there, but like to be exposed to them in a 3-day event, this is my first time. And I can really see the hard work and dedication they put up with their costumes. They really established themselves, their brand. To be more specific, they also support each other in the community. They all look after one another, and also it seems like this cosplaying thing is just only getting bigger every year, and I can't wait to see what it becomes in the future. So yeah, a lot of things also happen in between checking out merch and also electronics and monitors. So like I was able to play Tekken on an ultra-wide 49-inch OLED monitor by MSI. And it was crazy, like, because I do have an OLED monitor, which is LG, but not an ultra-wide. So it was quite the experience to play there, although it was well lit around the convention center, so you can't really appreciate the OLED as much because the OLED really shines when it's in a dark setting, right? But just seeing an ultra wide 49 inches, I wish I played a racing game instead. It is an experience to play Tekken on it. It is on a fairly good PC as well. So yeah, it was running smoothly. They also showcased some headphones where you can also win some Logitech headphones with doing some Mountain Dew competition. Yeah, I didn't get to do that because the line was just too long. What else was there? There was also arcade sticks where they showcased a new arcade stick. I can't remember the name of the brand, but it was a booth by Data Blitz, to be specific, and surprising also. It wasn't just the arcade stick, but they also had a PS5 controller there, like I think for fighting games. I didn't get to try the PS5 controller, but I did try the arcade stick. Comparing it to mine, it's more hefty, the arcade stick there. It was heavier and it would really cover your whole lap. Compared to mine, it just covers maybe 4/5 of my lap. It's a small arcade stick by Canva. There's a Canva Drone 2 for me. But the one I played, it was a big white one, a black and white two-tone arcade stick. Alright, so another great thing that happened was finally meeting streamers. And I started this streaming thing during the pandemic, so we really didn't see anyone, right, for a good amount of years. But then when these events finally happened and we had something in common to go to, I was able to finally meet a few of the streamers that I've met online. So in Apol Place, who I met in 2023, I believe he came from Facebook and moved to Twitch at that time or that year. And yeah, we were just getting situated with the platform. Even I grew on Twitch that year because I basically wasted a year just multi-streaming. I should have focused on one platform, and I did in 2023, which was better. But yeah, so I met Apol for the first time, and he was also promoting his video game. But yeah, we finally met each other, and I was surprised how tall he is because he does look a bit shorter on stream. So yeah, and other than Apol, I think I met Tech Tourist next, which I've seen him before in the Twitch meetup. He just came up to me after I did an interview with one of the developers of Den and Water Delivery. He only stayed until day one because he had other events to go to. But another great thing is I was able to bring my mods to PGDX, and that was only because as a creator I was able to get 2 creator passes. So the idea there is you have an extra pass because if you are to do content, you have an assistant with you. So the second day I was able to bring Arc of Memory, meeting him for the first time. He's actually a mod, but he calls himself the chatbot. He streams, but hardly streams. But he's there to support us streamers. So he was able to be there with me the whole day. And then also for the third day was Rex Boards. He's not really a mod, but he's around the stream every now and then. I think it was late 2023 that I met him through Twitch. And it was through the, I think, Final Fantasy 16 game. He was from Hawaii at the time. And then I guess he came back home to study back here, to work back here. We finally met each other. And then I met up with other streamers, which is Matt Apocalypse, Blue Chip Joe, Pau Islao, Trickster, Bieno, and someone I met knew who was a gamer Sheffy. He was one of the friends of Sina, Matt, and Blue Chip. This is our first time to see each other. We've always talked like, when are we gonna see each other outside of streaming or outside of Twitch? We caught up and walked around PGDX, trying different indie games, watching the Tekken tournament. I'll get to that later because there's a lot to say with the Tekken tournament. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. And I got to know these people a little bit more. So I also shot content with these streamers on the event, and I'll be posting that on another video. So the event, I think, was really successful to a point that they threw us a creators after party. And they announced this like 2 days before the event actually happened. I think it was because they had a lot of ticket sales at the time, or even before Friday happened, and they decided, okay, let's just throw a creator after party. I think the marketing for this event was really good, and they saw that people really engage with the content, from the raffle tickets to engaging with posts and things we shared. So they threw us an after party. Luckily, I was alone. I was solo. I wasn't able to bring my creator or my assistants with me. But I sat at a table where I got to know other people. One would be one of the event planners, and also they have their own booth. And another one would be a bunch of cosplayers. So these cosplayers were easy to talk to. Thankfully, they were friendly to me. And yeah, we got to exchange some content page or Instagrams. Just to mention them: Aisha, Astro Bay, and Clarice. Hopefully I pronounced your names correctly. But yeah, they were nice to me, and they were explaining the cosplay community as well. Like, I asked them like, who is the, I guess, top cosplayer. I already knew the answer, but they did clarify it that it's pretty much Alodia. She's the mother. They call her the mother. And like top 2 would probably be Myrtle. In the after party was also Charechi, but I think they call her Chares. Yeah, I wish I approached her, but I didn't want to disturb her during her meal. So next time, there's always next time that I'll meet her one day. So in day 2, I finally met Mercy Yu, who is a cosplayer, and she's probably one of the best cosplayers for Reina from Tekken 8. So she didn't do the full Reina on that day, but yeah, I mean, she still pulled it off. And then when I was going around the convention in day 2, Arc actually saw Arc was able to see an Aerith cosplay, and it's probably one of the most beautiful Aerith I've seen in person, because I've seen a lot of Aerith cosplays in my life, like from concerts and other conventions. Even in day 3, there was another Aerith, but this one was probably one of the ones that stood out, and it was by Senri Chan. So Senri Chan, if you're watching this video, thank you for taking a photo with me. It was nice meeting you, and I know you're also a fellow streamer, so hopefully I get to see you online as well. I went around basically for 3 days, and I was able to try about 10 indie games. I wanted to play more indie games, but there was like a long line to get to play these games. And the thing is, if you wait, you actually get more exhausted. If the line was too long, then I just move on to the next game. But I did try Den, which I failed miserably because I ran out of bullets. But the same developers was just Water Delivery. I did not want to play the game there because I knew somewhat that it was quite a long game, and I'd probably spend maybe an hour or 2 in that time frame. So what I did was download the game. I played it here when we got back, and then I'll put a whole full playthrough of the game on YouTube. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. A very, very simple game that I would say not too scary also. I believe the jump scares could have been better, but it was still worth the experience. I liked it. I also played Dragon Slayer TD. It was a mobile game on the iPad or I think iPhone. It was fun, very easy. It was on easy mode. I think they put it on easy mode, but I think I'll try that game out once it's completely released. I think it's gonna be out later this year or next year. I also played Strict 9. With Strict 9 was very interesting. It's a rhythm game. And with Strict 9, it was hard to play that game on the event itself because there's a lot of background noise, and there's, it's just me and then coaching me as well. And I kind of wanted to learn it on my own, but you also need someone to coach you. So what I did was I downloaded it on Steam, and I also played it here at home. And I'll just show you guys a few B-rolls on it. And I think my most favorite game to try is Bloodbreaker Labyrinth of the Witcher, which is probably the hardest game I've played in that weekend. It's basically like a Souls-like, roguelike Metroidvania. So there's like 3 genres in one, right? My cousin, who went to one of the game development summits earlier this year, told me about it, and then he said they're gonna be in PGDX. So I was like, okay, I'd want to try that game. So yeah, it was fairly good to finally experience it. It was hard. I did beat the first level, and upon stream I also downloaded it on Steam. I reached the second boss of the labyrinth itself. So I'll probably give it another shot again in the future, but yeah, that was some intense game right there. And then lo and behold, I finally met the Until Then devs. Although not all of them. I met the writer of Until Then, and then she was telling me like there's obviously DLC coming out. I think they announced that already. They'll be releasing it at the same time with the physical copy of the game. So I do plan on playing that on stream again, at least the DLC. And I do plan on hopefully meeting them again and having them sign my copy, right? She did say that they have upcoming events, but she could not tell me why or when. And I think I know why, because they did just announce a new event after PGDX, and I have a feeling they're gonna be there. So let's see. I also played this game called V3v3 Arena. I'm not sure if I said the name correctly, but yeah, it was a 3 versus 3 arena game. Kind of reminds me of Marvel Rivals, but with a different twist. I did not play the game too long because I was just doing a practice mode. I wish we did an actual 3v3 game. I wasn't sure if that was available, but it was still worth the experience. I'm actually looking forward to the game coming out and maybe trying it. Hopefully they release another demo on it. Okay, another one which heavily reminded me of Mega Man Legends. I was even talking to one of the people coaching me about the game that, this is just basically Mega Man Legends. Another fever dream for a developer. And then the thing is, she's never played Mega Man Legends, and I'm like, okay, you have to try it out. You have to see it, because even the artistic aspect of it, it's so Mega Man Legends that I wanted to play that game. The great thing about this game that it is well polished for an indie game, and I can only nitpick a few things that can easily be done and in more polish upon release, but damn, that game looked good. It looked like a Mega Man Legends with a twist of Zelda, because it was very open worldy, and the mobility in that game was pretty intense. Like, it was, you can do this, do that. I was still getting a hold of the controls, or getting familiar with the controls, but it ran well, especially on an indie setting. I think that game looked like it was, I'm not sure if it was pre-alpha stage, but to my eyes it looked good. And the last game I played was probably Hyper X, which is like a cat on a spaceship, and then you're just moving really fast, like you're racing or something, but you're also trying to get through obstacles. It was a fairly hard game, but fun. I'll try to see if I can download it. I didn't even check if it was out. And the big thing that happened was I finally got to watch AK play Tekken live. I mean, you can watch it on stream, sure, but like being in that atmosphere and then seeing a real big stage Tekken tournament, it was quite the experience. In the grand finals, it was Invictus RGN versus Navi AK, and RGN played a good match. Like, they reach 5 matches, so it's best of 5, and on the 5th match, AK just dominated. The great thing about AK winning, I was able to meet him also. Like after the tournament, I saw him like on the side, and I said, "Hey, AK, can I have a picture?" And then, I congratulated him and also wished him luck for Evo, because Evo's happening this weekend. Maybe upon this video, it's already happening. And then there's also EWC a week or two after, so that would be interesting. Hopefully he wins it. But yeah, I also played a few mini games here and there. I was able to play a boss fight challenge with Expedition 33. I think it was an easy mode though, because I haven't played that game in quite a while, but it was fairly easy. Yeah, it was fairly easy. So, the third day, I wasn't interested with day 2, because day 2, I didn't know the game. But day 3 was the best, because I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth again, and I thought it was gonna be a boss challenge too, but apparently it was the card game, and yeah, I was able to win the card game on the first attempt. I'm just glad to have won a challenge in Expedition 33 and Final Fantasy VII. I think that's it for the recap. They did announce another event happening soon, which is called Philippine Game Show. And to my mind, the only game show that's very similar to that name is Tokyo Game Show. And in Tokyo Game Show, they also have developers, cosplayers, tournaments in that convention or game show. And I wonder how similar Philippine Game Show would be. It's gonna happen on November 14th, 16th, I think, on SMX Convention Center in SM Aura. So it's gonna be different. I think a smaller venue, But hopefully we'll be there also. We get invited to be there and I can cover more content with that event. But in any case, guys, thank you for being here with me yapping about PGDX 2025. It was a good experience and hopefully I can see you guys there next year. But I also do have other content regarding this weekend with regards to your favorite video game of all time, which I interviewed a few streamers. So please watch out for that. Thank you for tuning in and I'll see you guys on the next video.